And it does require champions in the school and in the community to start up and be sustained. You'll see that. So just sort of a summary, we're really focusing on creating responsive, safe environments for children. We're interested in prevention of victimization. We're interested in ending chronic victimization. We don't want any child to be repeatedly victimized in any school. And the pushing and shoving, the occasional nastiness of children, we're not going to make that go away. It's not all going to go away. We're not going to also probably with this program and nothing else help those extremely aggressive kids who teachers identify in first grade and second grade repeatedly as having problems. Those children need more structured behavioral interventions, EBI, counseling strategies. There's all kinds of strategies that are directed for aggressive children, specifically for aggressive children. And so this universal program tends to create an atmosphere in which you hope that those kids are detected, in which you hope that they see that they're violating the norms of your school, but it's not going to make those kids go away. They do need separate help. It's not going to make the chronic victims who come into school extraordinarily shy or extraordinarily dysregulated. They cry easily, they have temper tantrums, the other kids tease them, they think they're too young. It's not going to make those kids go away either. Hopefully it'll help the other children to be a little more tolerant of them, both the aggressive kids and the shy, anxious group. But they're not going to disappear because of this program. This is a universal program that aims at changing school cultures and opening language so that people will report victimization. Again, bullies, aggressive children are frequently victimized as well. These kids who bully, in the research that we've done, there's kind of a fairly steady stream of kids who are rated high in aggression. And those kids are consistently rated high in aggression. And people often have picked them out in kindergarten or first grade. And my feeling is, you know, if those kids were lacking by third grade reading skills, we would say, this kid has a reading disability, and we'd be all over them with remediation. If you're lacking the social skills that most kids get out of the air that say, don't hit other people, you know, by grade 3, there's a huge drop in terms of the numbers of kids who are hitting. If one kid is repeatedly hitting and it's not going away, by grade 3, this kid needs some kind of social remediation. It's not going to disappear. It's going to get worse. Whatever we're doing to punish or direct or whatever, they're not getting it. They're not getting it from being censored by their peers. You know, I really believe that there's some sort of spectrum between autistic children and, you know, these hyper-aware girls, you know, who know every social nuance of everything. And in somewhere in the middle there is kids who are aggressive, or towards the autism end even, who are aggressive and just aren't reading the social skills. And, you know, I think of this one little girl who I saw in my practice a very long time ago, and she was in a family of children, a mixed family of children. Some of them were the son of the mother, one was granddaughter, one was an unrelated, you know, there was this mix of fostered children in this family. And I think as it turned out, they were all pretty aggressive with each other. And she was really being trained to think that other children were aggressive. So when she went to nursery school and she was getting kicked out for having temper tantrums and hitting the other kids, you know, clearly that was going to be a problem. But I went to the nursery school and watched her, and she walked past the jungle gym, and she flinched when she just walked past and another kid moved on the jungle gym. And she was anticipating that someone would hurt her. And this is a highly aggressive little girl, so she's retaliating in a way. You know, she's starting out with the idea that she needs to protect herself from other kids, and she's ready to fight all the time. So, you know, we need to do something for those kids. They need some kind of remediation before they get to grade 3, and then they have reputations of, you know, being the recess queen, or, you know. And we're not going to fix those kids in this program. There are all kinds of structured psychological approaches to children and their aggression, and to limiting aggression. and it's not, it doesn't happen quickly. It is a bit more like a reading disability. It's going to take some time, some specific work with that child. So we have really included both relational and physical aggression in the WITS program, but mainly the WITS Leads does address relational victimization. And we'll talk about that one next. Thanks to Catherine Riel, we have a new website coming on board and the Public Health Agency of Canada grant. We have a grant to begin to create the materials to disseminate this program to rural and remote sites. So we've created, we started to create the website. Actually, the logo is Allison's. There's all kinds of people work on this project. And there will be, you'll be able to click on these things and get the school approach to the program, the family approach to the program, the community service approach to the program, and then the children's approach to the program. And you'll be able to find the manuals. There'll be an online training module for teachers or after-school people or whoever wants to use it, and you can become an accredited WITS teacher. Our research will be up there, lesson plans. I'll talk to you about these things as we go along. This should actually be operative, I would think, by the end of April. Is that good? We all hope it'll be operative by the end of April. There's also a video that we're working on that I'm going to show you a clip from that will present the whole program, but will also present the sections to parents, teachers, and or parents, schools, and community, the police. So the community. What happens in the program is that the police first go in September, and they deputize all these kids as WITS special constables. And you'll see that happen in a minute. They read a story about WITS Up, and he's this walrus. We're actually trying to get someone to redraw some of these friends, but he's a walrus, and he lives on the West Coast, actually, in this sort of nice little village, nice little West Coast village. And he spies this child who's very worried about being bullied and wants to be able to help. So he goes to the king and queen of the undersea world, and they give him legs, and he has this little clamatron that he can call his friends for help. And he tries to help this kid out, or tries to work in terms of helping this kid out. So the police read this kind of unstructured story, and then they do what they want with the, it doesn't have an ending, at least not at the moment, and they can introduce the WITS program and the idea of keeping yourself safe and keeping your school safe through this story.